It's not going to make any difference what anybody thinks. They're not spending your money. You're spending it. And you're able to do it without ICT. That's what I want. I don't want glad handing. I don't want people holding on to me saying, I need you to do this. No, you don't. You don't. I want to live the latter stages of my life, principle oriented, and have a clean conscience that the things that I've known for years that I was told not to share with anybody else, I had to create a language. In that language, I have, it wasn't easy. Let's be honest. It wasn't easy for me to try to bridge what it was that goes on versus what could be talked about and not get me in trouble. Oh, what do you mean by that? You're not supposed to know this stuff. So if I make up, well, terms and usages of theories that would be very, very close, very, very, very close, okay, to what the actual algorithms do in the marketplace. Now, when I say algorithms, there's two of them that dance together. The engine that runs price, that is the algorithm. How does that work with smart money algorithms that engage price engines? Where do they enter their orders? Where do they adjust their orders? Where do they close their orders? See, that's that synergy between both of them. That I had to create a language to be able to communicate how that happens and not divulge what has been given to me that you are never going to learn. Oh, here we go with this Tom Clancy shit. I don't give a fuck if you believe it or not. You explain how I can do what I can do and find it anywhere else in any other fucking theory or retail horseshit or some super power engine, black box horseshit that doesn't work. I know it sounds arrogant, but it annoys me that people see the obvious and they still can't see it. You're going to see it. You're going to walk it with me. Every fucking candle. Nobody does that but me. And I'm looking forward to it because I know jaws are going to be hitting the floor. People are going to be shitting and falling back in it because they're going to be like, damn, this guy is exactly what he said he was. Yep. And I never had to be more than what you saw. And here's the kicker. Even after this, there's still going to be people out there and they're going to say, yeah, but he didn't do this. He didn't trade in front of you. He didn't do this and that. See, these are the same people that have sorry ass win records. Their stats suck. They can only over leverage and gamble. And they call that skill. That's not skill. I'm not a 50-50 trader. Notice that? I don't want to have a 50-50 strike rate. I don't want to operate or engage in an environment that invites only that as a possible outcome. I want to be in there when the stage is set for me to obviously get everything I could possibly garner as an odds in my favor. And you not knowing those things right now is a cause for you to feel anxious. Like I'm hiding something from you. I'm promising you all the things that I'm never going to divulge past what I've already done. I never, ever have to teach those things. I have simplified things. Like there are simple macros in the marketplace that run every single day and you can find them and make money. That's what I was talking about with that 5-handle move. You can find a 5-handle move every single fucking day. I don't give a shit if it's seek and destroy. I don't care if it's a trending day, if it's a consolidation day, if it's a classic buy day, classic sell day. It doesn't matter. I can go in and you can too. After 2023, you'll be able to find a 5-handle move. That's 20 ticks in the S&P. You can make a career out of that. What if you parlay that up and use money management to build it up? As you make more money, it allows you and affords you to do what? Carry more contracts and not increase the percentage of risk. It stays the same. What does that mean? Well, let's say you start with a hypothetical funded account of $10,000. Okay. Oh, and you can't make a lot of money with $10,000. Well, Larry Williams did in 1 year. You can't make what? You don't think you can make tenfold on that over a course of a year? I think you can. I believe it's possible. So stop listening to these fucking people that say you have to have $300,000 of funded account to make money. Bullshit. Last time we talked, I said, what if you get that funded account for $100,000 and you just make 1.5% a week? That's 6% per month. Compounded over the year, that's 100%. That means you made six figures, $100,000. Tax it, you probably got about anywhere, depending upon where you're at in the United States, and I can only talk from the United States perspective. And barring any kind of special tax treatment, the likelihood of you getting trader status in the first year of trading is not likely. You have to have a track record. So you have what? 100,000, tax it, you probably got anywhere between $68,000 and $72,000. That's a good living, folks. That's a good living. Now, if you just did that every year and you did nothing more than that, are you failing? Did you miss the mark? How do you rate in your social media equity curve amongst your friends and family on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram? Do you feel like you're not up to snuff with them? Stop worrying about them motherfuckers. 90% of these people don't even make money. 90% of them can't fucking trade. You have all kinds of potential income streams laid at your feet once you know how to do this. You could be in fund management. You can be in prop firm. You can educate. You can do signal services. You can do YouTube channels. I mean, there's nothing limiting you once you learn how to do this the right way, and you can manage yourself efficiently, effectively, and manage risk properly. There isn't a living soul on this planet that wouldn't be at least interested in see what you're doing. They don't have to subscribe to your views of it. For people that don't, look at it this way. For people that couldn't afford my mentorship, they still watch my videos on YouTube. For the people that don't want to watch my YouTube videos, they still read my tweets. Doesn't matter. You have an audience. I have an audience. So there's a way for you to monetize this skill set in so many ways, and it not hinge on you making your trading income support you initially. That's the major thing that I want you to understand, because see, you're all trying to get rich real quick, and I'm not promising you that. I've never done that. I've always taught, have modest expectations. Back on baby pips, try to get 25 pips a week. Yeah. 25 pips a week. And if you're risking 2% each trade, it builds up nicely. 5 handles can be done one time a day easily. You can really do it every session. Morning, afternoon, morning, afternoon, morning, afternoon, morning, afternoon, morning, afternoon. That's 10 trading opportunities per week. If you can nail down 5 handles, how many handles is that over the week? 50. Now, what if you aim for 50, but you just average around 25? Because you're learning, and your strike rate, your strike rate is 50-50. Are you failing? No. Your goal, your model is to aim for that. I have a model that I'm looking for when I'm not trading actively Forex now, but I was looking for 50 to 75 pips every single week. I could do lots more, clearly, but it was easy for me to do it. It doesn't put pressure on me, and I have lots of ways to get it. I can get it from one setup. I can do one shot, one kill. If I don't get the one shot, one kill because I was either not on the charts, or I didn't do it right, or I just missed the opportunity, whatever, then I have to break that up over the course of one other trading day or multiple trading days or trading sessions. And I'm not forcing myself to go in there and try to squeeze an unrealistic expectation of 50 to 75 handles from a day that isn't likely to move that much. Now, if you can get those 5 handles one time a day, and you trade Monday through Friday, and you don't get caught up in trying to keep up with everybody else on YouTube or whatever other medium out there that's going to lull you into thinking that you need to be doing more because they're still doing something. Oh, this guy over here, he caught 10 handles over here. I got to get in here and do some more because it's really moving today. Stop. Listen, the banks are open from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday, unless it's a bank holiday. And there's money going in those fucking bank accounts all the time. People are going there and making deposits, and they're doing withdrawals just because that's all going on. Do you got to run to the bank? You got more money to put in the bank? You got more money to pull out of the bank just because everybody else is doing it. Stop trying to do things because you see business as usual everywhere else. That's them doing their thing. You're running your business. Your business has business hours. What is it? 8:30 to 10:30. If you stay inside those 2 hours, I promise you, all the bullshit that you're struggling with will go away. And if you just wait to the last hour, 3 o'clock to 4, that's it. There's your 3-hour work week. Do one scanning on one particular day, a medium impact news event or a high impact news event. You look 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning. If you can't find it there, wait till the afternoon. Especially if the morning is shit, you're probably going to have a really good PM session. Something will happen real easy because it likes to give the smart money a cookie, it being the algorithm. But 5 handles, if you do that every single day, that's 25 handles a week. So you can do approach of looking for a trade, a swing trade of 25 handles to aim for it. And if you can't find it, if you're not skilled to be able to find a move like that on an hourly chart or 4-hour chart, no problem. Break it up. What happens if you get 2 12.5 handle moves? There's nothing wrong with that. You can find that on a 15-minute chart. But what happens if you don't have that much skill to do it like that either, and you're really trying to do that 1-minute chart because you don't like to be in there too long? You want to get in there, do your surgical strikes, and get out because you're scared and you haven't built up enough confidence yet. I understand, no problem. Go for 5. But as a 5-handle trader, that's a realistic expectation for you to have. And if you're really, really new, by doing tape reading, you can grow in your confidence and say, okay, I see a setup that might yield 5 handles. But what happens if I go in and I get in the move and I get out with 2 3/4 and I just get out and I watch it go to 5? And then I do the same thing in the afternoon. Guess what that is? It's 5 handles. And you don't have that much time in the marketplace. It lets you get in and get out. It rewards you and you grow in your confidence. Is there something wrong with that? No. Not if you are so new as a trader that your experience level doesn't permit you the confidence or comfort, let's say it that way, to be in the risk that's associated with being in the market live. So you put your toe in the water, you feel if it's too hot, if it's moving around real quick, you go in, get your 2 3/4 move, and then bail out and watch and see if it goes to the 5 handles. And if it does, you'll grow in your confidence. Okay, if I just would have held on to it, it would have done that. Not thinking, oh, I wish I would have held on to it. Why'd I do that? No, see, it's how you log and journal. You retain the positives and you don't record any of the negative stuff. Because when you record it in your journal, negative, your subconscious retains that. And you anchor a toxic event around something you're trying to grow as a positive investment for your life. So you're shooting yourself in the foot, basically. You're trying to turn something you've been motivated to do for a positive thing, you're turning it toxic without realizing it. So that's why you're sugarcoating all of your journal experiences. You want it to be a love story to yourself. You're writing a love note to yourself every trading day, and you're doing it through charts. You're showing charts and you're putting little, I love what I'm doing. This is great that I can see this. And you're retaining that. Your brain loves that kind of stuff. Your brain loves it. It releases chemicals into your body that remembers it better than just the static memory of it alone. Think about it. When you went to a movie, maybe you've already seen this movie, okay? And you went there and you saw it with your friends. You saw it was all right, okay? And you're meeting this girl or significant other, and they say, hey, look, I really would like to see this movie. And you're thinking, oh, fuck, I've already seen this movie. All right, well, they want to go. I don't want to be a jerk. Let's just go with them. And you go to the movie, and you have a great time. They're holding their hand and they're, the experience there. And now all of a sudden that movie has a positive attachment to your memory versus, yeah, I saw it, it was all right. Now you got somebody that's nice to you, that smells next to you. It's like beautiful. And it's a totally different experience. And now you add to it what? All the embellishments of what happens after the movie without being crude. And it doesn't necessarily mean the bedroom either. Going to a dinner, taking a walk and saying that was a great movie. I love having time with you. All those things are positive things that you're remembering. When you break up with people, as painful as it is to think about the things that caused that breakup, when you're not with them and they come to mind, what do you think of? I miss them when I used to do this with them. And you miss that. You ache because you made what? A positive memory about that moment with that person. And every time you think about that song when it comes on, that's why it hurts, because you can't plug into that good feeling anymore. You've been cut off. So you don't ever want to invite that shit in your journaling. Journaling is always positive. You never, ever, ever say anything negative in your journaling, ever. Even if you did something wrong, you say, okay, this was an amazing opportunity for me to get the insights for when the market does this. You see how I just did there? I discharged and disarmed any possible chance for me to look at that losing trade or an idea that I thought would have panned out in the marketplace that was perfect example, CPI. You saw two instances where I co-signed. I didn't have to do it, but I wanted to prove to you, this is what I would expect right now. And it didn't do it. It just went right up the other way, or other way, going down. There was another time earlier in the summer where I did it where Caleb was right next to me and literally was like, wow, that was so quick. But that same instance, I was right about it, but I wouldn't touch it. So that speed of movement and price action on those types of events, if you're wrong, the way you disarm that is say, okay, this is why we don't trade ahead of the CPI number, because it's too violent, it's too one-sided, and it's unforgiving. You can't trade your way out of it. You can't fix it. When the damage is done, it's like a neutron bomb, just boom, it's gone. All living organisms are evaporated. Everything else looks the same except for any living organism is gone. So you don't want to vanquish your trading career on one trading event like a CPI number. And you don't also want to stifle your development by recording highly emotional negativity in your journal entries. And it's easy to do. You feel like you want to do it. Don't go on social media and complain either. Oh, stupid so-and-so. Or I made a stupid mistake. I fucked up doing this, doing that. When you do that, you release it and it comes out of you. You think you let go of it, but your subconscious has got a lifeline to that. And it's anchored to your subconscious, and you will not cut it off. And the next time you get in the marketplace, what's going to happen is, all right, I'm getting in a trade. Oh shit, this feels like that last time it did this and this and this, and I, took a bigger hit than I was supposed to. I'm scared. Now you're worried about having a repeat of that same toxic event. That's normal with trading. You're going to have a losing trade. You're going to do something wrong. That's normal. Okay. Every one of us is doing it wrong. Okay. Every single one of us is going to have that. It doesn't mean you can't trade. It doesn't mean you're not profitable. It doesn't mean you have a good system or not a good system. It just means that you're human. But when you get in that trade and now you're starting to think about that other time when I was at band camp and you know what I mean? That whole bad experience. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody that went to band camp, but no, I didn't go to band camp. But if you look at the logic of referring back to another trade, while you're in that trade, are you managing that trade? No. You're managing fear about another trade that you can't make more on or lose more on. So your mind's divided. So the way you avoid all that shit is not to give it any energy in your journal. You take every experience, positive or negative, profitable or negative, a loss, and you make it an instructive, positive installment in your development. When does your development stop? When you're dead. I'm improving myself day by day, week by week. I'm a better mentor today than I was when I first started teaching as a young man before I should have been teaching. I'm not the best. In fact, I know I'm not the best mentor. I'm not. My trading is the best, and my ability to read prices is the best, but I'm not the best teacher. I wish I was better than I am, and I'm trying to be better than I am. But I guess we'll find out if this is an improvement in 2023 or not. But that 5 handles is plenty, and you can split it up and make your whole 25 handle career on multiple trades or one individual trade in the morning that gets 5 handles and you're done for the whole day. That releases you from all of the expectations of being in front of these charts longer than it's necessary, which is good. You want to limit that. So if you get your trade 5 handles when you're first starting out, turn the charts off. Look at everything afterwards in hindsight. Don't be lured into doing more because something moves around quick. You don't want to add to what's already been given to you, and that's your goal. Stop. That's what profitable trading is. Having a goal, a business model. Okay. We call it a trading model, but it's a business model. Foot Locker don't go out there and say, you know what, we're doing so well selling shoes. We need to get into the fucking pizza business. Let's start selling pizzas and burritos. Because who wouldn't want a fucking Foot Locker burrito, right? That shit don't work. Okay. You're not going to upset the model that works for them. Okay. And vice versa. You have a model, you sit down, you've done all the work, you built yourself up, you're learning this, and now you settled in, you're going to look for 5 handles in the E-mini S&P or the NASDAQ, one or the other. I'm preferring ES, and I think you should do that too. If you want to go into NQ later on when you have more ability, that's fine. But when it moves fast, it can be wild and it can hurt you. It's a little bit more chaotic. So just be mindful of that. Don't be afraid of it, but in the beginning, respect it, because if you don't know what you're doing, it can sting you. But you want to have that business model of knowing, when are you going to stop? See, when I go into live streamers all the time, I'll ask them, I say, hey, look, I asked this of Trades by Matt. I asked it by Corbs. I asked it by 2 other YouTubers, and they ignored me in there because I know why. They don't want to talk to me because they think I'm in there trying to make fun of them. I'm not. I respect anybody that's doing a live stream. I would never go in there and try to be disruptive about anything like that, because number one, it takes a lot of focus and it's a dick move, and 2, I can respect the fact that they're doing it, because there isn't a lot of people that are willing to get out there and literally live stream. So that is ballsy. In anybody that does it, that they got my respect, even if they blow up all the time and blow their accounts and go to maximum loss multiple times in the same week. It's still respectful that they do it. I want to ask them questions like, hey, when do you stop? What draws the line in the sand? Say, okay, I'm not trading anymore today. I've done enough, either because of the loss or the win. Like, how do you get to the point of contentment where you no longer feel that it's needed for you to be in front of the charts? Have you even considered that in your development, in your building of your trading plan? Because it's easy to see, oh, it's early. I've already got my 10 handles for the day. That's 2 days work. That's 2 days of work. What do you think? You're going to go in there again? Because that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to think the market's on fire. You got to push your edge until it's dull and you lost what you made and more. Plus commissions. Don't you feel smart? Twitter can get you hurt by people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Your business model is only profitable when you follow it. Your trading plan is only profitable when you follow it. Your wife, your husband, your significant other, your children, your dependents, your best friends, your coworkers, your boss, and ICT, we're not going to be there to help you press the button and manage it and tell you when to stop. That's personal responsibility. And all of that rests on your shoulders. And if you're not in tune with the things that will lure you into dumb shit, gambling, going in there one more time, you got a good day, you made $1,000. You didn't try to make $1,000. It just happened, fell right in your hands. Don't look at that as, oh shit, I'm way better than I thought I was. Fuck, I've been thinking about this all this time, thinking I wasn't that great. Look how good I am. I'm gonna go out there and do this 5 more times, because shit, that's $6,000. Who doesn't want a $6,000 day? And then all of a sudden you're looking at your account, it's gone. done that. I've done it. I've done that. Okay. So you have to know when you're going to pull the plug.